route maps. This is another tool that is often used while redistributing prefixes from one routing protocol into another, or to manipulate BGP attributes to control how traffic is coming into autonomous system or going out. Here I have eIGRP and it's running on R6 along with OSPF, and there is a redistribution process happening, so all the eIGRP prefixes are introduced into OSPF as external type 2. I'm going to use route map to maybe play around with this a little bit. So as of this moment, if I do show IP route OSPF include external type 2, these are all the eIGRP prefixes being redistributed into OSPF. What I'm going to do first, I'm going to limit the number of those, and I'm going to only introduce anything that is 30.33, all these, just as a first shot, using route map. So I'm going to go back to R6 and I'm going to see show run section router OSPF. Currently everything that is in eIGRP is introduced into OSPF using this redistribute eIGRP autonomous system 100 command, including subnets. Without subnets it will be just 30.0.0.0/8 prefix class A. So what I'm going to do is access control list number 1, permitting only 30.33.0.0, and I'm going to use wildcard mask matching on the first and the second byte, which is all zeros, 0, 0, and ignore all ones, ignore all the remaining bytes. So with this I'm matching anything that is starting with 30.33. Now I'm going to use a route map, and the construction is looking like this. Route map keyword, and there's a word, I'll call it eIGRP2 OSPF. And now there's a permit or deny statement. So I'll say permit line 10. So this is the first statement in my route map. If I hit enter, what I see, there's a bunch of keywords. So the first keyword that is quite often used is match. Match is like an if statement in programming. If something is true, it's going to be permitted. Now I'm going to permit what is going to be the redistributed into OSPF. So I'm going to apply this route map with the redistribute command here. So match is like an if statement. If something is true, so match if something is true, question mark, and there's a bunch of options. Most of them are related to BGP, but IP here, address here, prefix map or access control list. So I don't have prefixes, I have access control list number 1. So when I say match IP address 1, it's like I say if you see what is mapped in IP address number 1, it will be permitted. It will be permitted right here, and I'm going to apply this as a redistribution process. So if I go to do show run section router OSPF, if I apply this route map right here, it'll be permitted. So do show run include actually section permit 10. So this route map says what I'm going to be permitting into OSPF is only what access list number 1 is matching on in terms of prefixes, and that one, do show run include access list, is only matching on anything 30.33. Another keyword, there's a keyword set. Now set is like do something. So if something is true, do something. I'm going to use this maybe many times with with BGP, but for now I'm going to skip that. Now if there's no other permit statement, obviously that's the only one that is going to actually work. There's also keyword continue. Sometimes there might be a match, but we want to keep going, because once there's a match, like in access control list permit 10 and we match on that, we don't go for permit 20 or permit 30, but we can still continue using that continue keyword and the number of entry in the route map. Here is just a simple route map. So let's apply this now in our OSPF router OSPF1, redistribute all prefixes from eIGRP1 autonomous system 100, include subnets, but use route map, and I'm going to use that route map that I defined. So it's called eIGRP to OSPF. When I do that, so do show run section router OSPF, now I am limiting what prefixes are going to be introduced from eIGRP Autonomous System 100 into OSPF. So if I go back here and do the same command, now I only see 30.33. So obviously that's the simplest way to use route map. Now let's just maybe work a little more with that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually create a 2-access control list. Access list 1 was already there, so 2 permits 30.33.10 matching on the first 3 bytes 0, 0, 0, ignore the last one, and access list 3 permit 30.33.20 0, 0, 0, 255. I'm gonna modify my route map eIGRP to OSPF, and I'll enter the same permit 10. So do show route map. Before I do that, here's what it reads. The eIGRP to OSPF permits sequence 10, and there's a match clause, if statement. If IP address access list number 1 is the one used here, only 30.33.00 will be permitted. Now I'm going to change it. No match IP address 1. Instead I'll say match IP address 1, 2, or 3. So these 2 access control lists I just created. So let's display that one more time to show route map. Okay, so now I have a match statement. Maybe do show run section permit 10. So now there's a match statement with the 2 parameters. What does it mean? This is like a logical OR. Not entirely, but almost like a logical OR. That means I'm going to be redistributing now into OSPF what is matched in IP access list number 2 or 3. Both will be actually matched. So these should be the only 2 prefixes now being redistributed into OSPF. Let's see that. And sure enough, that's the only 2 we have. Let's remove that now. No match IP address 2 and 3. Instead I'll say match IP address 1 back again. Now what I can do is I can also have match statements that are not presented in the same line, which is the logical OR. I can have also match statement that is actually one after another. We have them back again, but 2 of them, actually I remember it's I think 2 and 8 are a little bit different. Let's see how different are they. So do show IP route eIGRP 30.33.2.0. This one is external, so I redistributed them on Internet 3 as external in eIGRP, so they are known via eIGRP, but they are type external. And also 8.1 is also external, so it's even external to eIGRP, and it also carries a tag, route tag number 500. I added the tag. It's like a label or sticker added to the prefix. So if I display them in eIGRP, do show IP route eIGRP on the one that is running eIGRP, include EX is external in eIGRP. These 2 are external. Obviously OSPF doesn't care about that, but now I can use that to my advantage. For example, if I just set in my access control list here that I'm redistributing everything, I can also add another match statement, which is going to be here, match, and let's just say IP route type here, and if I do question mark, these are for internal external, level type, level 1 and 2, that's OSPF. So I'm going to be matching now on external prefixes that come from either BGP or eIGRP OSPF external, and enter. So let's see what the route map reads now. Do show run section permit 10. Now I have two match statements, one after another. That's going to be logical and both must be true in order to be redistributed. That one matches on anything 30.33, but that one has another stipulation saying okay, and the stipulation says yes, introduce anything from eIGRP into OSPF, but also make sure that it matches an external type eIGRP here. So what it is going to create is the situation where first we check everything for 3033, but then and it has to be true as well. It must be external in eIGRP. So now if I go back here, I have those two external prefixes that were external in eIGRP as the only ones introduced into OSPF. So finally, let's see how I introduced them two as external on Internet 3. Let's go here and see what we have here. So show run section router eIGRP. I have redistributed connected networks into eIGRP using a route map called connected. So that one, do show run section connected. It has two statements. One is permitting whatever prefix list L207 matches. Let's see, show IP prefix list, and the name is L loopback 207 and 208. But 208 has an extra stipulation, so allows that 30.33.80 and applies also tag. So not only is it asking is it 30.33.80, but if so, apply the tag route tag 500, which shows in here. So on R6, do show IP route 30.33.080 has this tag applied 500, which shows in the routing table as well, and can be used to match on a specific prefix being introduced into OSPF.